Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, I'm here. I'm presented in inorganic practicum of the module 5, and the title of the module is synthesis of urea hydrogen peroxide. So before I'm presentation, I introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Jai, and my number study here, and I'm from class A, chemistry education. A title, synthesis of urea hydrogen peroxide. B objective, student can be study synthesis of urea hydrogen peroxide or UHP crystal qualitative analysis. C literature review. Crystal in the arrangement, the atom organized in the three-dimensional space. The regularity of the arrangements occur because they must fulfill the geometrical condition, the provisions of bonding of atom and arrangement of meeting. Thus, it is not easy to express how the atom arranged in a solid, but there are things that could be an important factor determinants of the formation of polyhedral coordination arrangements of atom. Ideally, the most stable arrangement is a polyhedral coordination that allow the energy per unit volume at a minimum. The process of forming a crystalline structure known as crystallization, although the cooling process of them produces a crystalline material under certain circumstances, the liquid can freeze is in non-crystalline form. Many of these cases are due to cooling too quickly so that the atoms cannot react. Its lattice sheet, a non-crystalline material commonly called amorphous or glassy material. A talk such as material is material commonly called amorphous or glassy material. Although such material is sometimes also referred to as an amorphous solid. There are distinct differences between solid and gases. The formation process does not release heating melting glass types. For this reason, many scientists consider glassy material liquids not solid. The tools and material category 1 and here and tools and material category, and category 2 analytical balance and thesis. Tools and material. Basic material is hydrogen peroxide, manganese dioxide, urea, potassium permanganate, sulfuric acid, and general material aqueous and filter paper. Experimental workings in the urea hydrogen peroxide start weighing the solid urea and put into the breaker measure of 50 milli H2O2 30% solution and put into a 100 milli Erlenmeyer. Put the H2O2 solution that has been measured into a Erlenmeyer containing urea solid dissolves. Heating an Erlenmeyer that has been filled with a mixture of H2O2 and urea in a water bath. Heating a mixture of H2O2 and concentrate urea, which is located in a battery, is placed on a beaker filled with 40 ml of tap water. The last weighing the obtained crystal and have 1,468 gram and finish. Experimental working of the analysis are weigh 0,1 gram of the synthesis crystal. The second, put in the test tube and dissolve it with 3 ml of water. And the last, add the M and O2 solid to test tube and observe the oxygen gas bubbles that are formed, and to make the solution turn black and a little bubble formed and finish. Observational result: A. Synthesis of urea hydrogen peroxide. Number 1, weighing the solid urea and put into the bracket. The observation urea weight 1,2 grams. Number 2, measure a 50 milli H2O2 30% solution and put into a 100 milliliter. Observation: V 50 milliliter colorless solution. Number 3, treatment: put the H2O2 solution that has been measured gradient into a layer containing urea solid dissolved. Observation: what in the color are soluble. Number 4, heating: an enrollment that has been filled with a mixture of H2O2 and urea in a water bath. Observation: clear but concentrated solution. Number 5, heating: a mixture of H2O2 and concentrate urea which is located in a petri dish placed on a breaker filled with 40 ml of tap water. Observation: needle crystal formed in a petri dish. Number 6, weighing the optimum needle crystal. The observation: 1,0468 gram crystal. The observation result: E. Qualitative analysis. B. Qualitative analysis. Number 1, weighing 0,1 gram the synthesized crystal. The observation: 0,1 gram crystal. Number 2, put in a test tube and dissolve it with 3 milliliter water. The observation: the solution is homogeneous and white in color. Number 3, add the MO2 solid to test tube. The observation: the solution color in black and a little bubble former. Discussion: urea hydrogen-peroxide is a compound that odorless in non-toxic. Urea hydrogen-peroxide solution is very unstable and quickly breaks down into the part-time contact with saliva. Urea hydrogen-peroxide has an active hydrogen equivalent to 3.5% hydrogen peroxide. Urea itself, it is easy to move freely. Urea hydrogen peroxide is a solid composition of urea and hydrogen peroxide. This compound is a white solid crystal that dissolves in water. Often called carbamide peroxide in the field of the dentistry, which is used as a whitener of hydrogen peroxide disinfectant aid. Urea hydrogen peroxide is a substance that are soluble in water, odorless, integrable needle crystal. As for the structure of the urea hydrogen peroxide is the picture 1 structure. Urea hydrogen peroxide compound here right here. Urea is an organic compound composed of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen with formula CON2H4 and NH2 or CO. Hydrogen peroxide is a combination of hydrogen and oxygen with the chemical formula H2O2. In high concentration, it can become unstable and even toxic. In lower concentrations, such as the kind that is found in the home, widely used as the disinfectant and antiseptic. In this experiment, namely the synthesis of urea hydrogen peroxide or UHP by reaction of urea and hydrogen peroxide. As for the state, the synthesis UHP by crystal from UHP and provide the crystal from UHP to see the presence of hydrogen peroxide using qualitative tests. Number 1, synthesis of urea hydrogen peroxide. This urea hydrogen peroxide is carried out using 3.4 ml of hydrogen peroxide, which is reacted with 1.2 gram of urea solid. Then the mixture inside the element is heated in a water bath until the solution turns clear. The purpose of heating in the increased temperature of the solution so as to accelerate the reaction between hydrogen peroxide and the solid of urea, this forming a homogeneous solution. Then the solution is transferred into the water glass while being heated with a low temperature. It causes the solvent evaporation process. They accelerate the formation of UHP crystals. So UHP crystals are formed, which are the form of the needle crystal. The UHP crystal produced are 1,468 gram. While the UHP formation reaction is like here, UHP crystals have an species over H2O2. Where are the H2O2 crystal X oxidation properties similar to urea, and UHP is more stable than H2O2. This is because in UHP compounds there are hydrogen bonds. In the presence of bonds, this hydrogen causes the binding energy of each atom in the USP increase, which make UHP compound stable, while the compound H2O2 is not present hydrogen bonds, so the bonds between atoms in the compound H2O2 are weaker, and H2O2 compounds are easily decomposed into H2O and O2. Number 2, qualitative analysis. Qualitative testing is the test that aims to test the existence of an element in a sample, or the presence or absence of compounds in a sample. In the qualitative test, the synthesis crystals were completely dissolved in 25 ml of water. This is because urea compounds and H2O2 compounds dissolve well in water, and hydrogen bonds will occur. When the addition of MnO2, blackish color, is seen, a gas bubble formed in the test tube. This can be seen the presence of gas or water on the test tube wall, and the presence of gas bubbles contained in the solution. The purpose of adding MnO2 is to catalyze the composition of H2O and O2, so that O2 gas is formed in the test tube. So the solution turns black and there's an oxygen gas bubble. Conclusion: from the urea hydrogen peroxide synthesis experiment, the crystal mass of UHP is 1,468 grams. In the qualitative analysis, the resulting obtained where the solution is black, a bubble of oxygen gas are formed, and percent UHP synthesis from the experiment is 58%. So thank you so much for everyone. I'm so sorry because my language was not too bad, and so thank you so much for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.